Oh my gosh.
¿Qué?
¿De qué te llenaste?
Se me cayó toda la lemonade encima.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Momeni's channel. So you guys asked for it and I brought it for you guys. Ahí viene esa chinga, cabrón. Evie's like watching us and he thinks it's funny, guys. But anyways, you guys asked for this video and I'm bringing it to you guys. So, Mom, you guys wanted to see a video of my mom and my sister and me basically talking about how we grew up with my mom. So I decided to do a little video on that to get like some insight how the three of us grew up, especially because we're all like different generations. So I guess we'll start out with the OG, aka my mom. So I'll also be adding subtitles for those of you guys who don't speak Spanish. That way you guys can understand what my mom is saying. So I guess we'll start out with my mom. Ama, so ¿en dónde naciste?
Otra la burra al trigo.
Dude, as you guys can see, she's such a team player, guys. So, una vez más, Ama.
En San Francisco de Asís,
¿Y cómo le dicen a tu pueblo?
San Pancho,
¿Y en dónde está San Francisco de Asís? ¿En qué estado de México?
Jalisco.
Okay. Y
Él iba a Jalisco.
you guys like my shirt, my sports bra too? I got it from Waddy's. I'll put the description. I'll put the link in the description in case you guys want to check it out. They have it for every state in Mexico. Holla to Waddy's brand for sending me this. Okay, back to my mom. Ama. So, ¿tú cómo creciste? Like, mis abuelitos eran pobres o ¿cómo, de qué manera tú creciste?
Pues como crees todo el mundo.
Pero
Guys.
lo que Monique está diciendo es que
Sí, yo sé a
Ma,
qué se refiere.
como te enseñaban amor, respeto, como
Respeto, sí, pero pues nunca nos decían te quiero, te doy un abrazo. Éramos 10, no había tiempo para tanto.
So eran 10. 10, ¿cuántas hermanas y cuántos hermanos?
2 hermanas y 8 hermanos.
y uno que se murió.
Y uno que se murió.
¿Cómo era tu juventud? ¿Mi abuelita era bien estricta? ¿O cómo te dejaba salir? ¿O cómo era?
Sí, me dejaba salir, pero con sus reglas.
Con sus reglas, ok.
Sí.
¿Y a dónde te dejaba salir? Like, ¿qué?
A la plaza.
A la plaza.
Mm.
Ok. ¿Y podías salir con like novios o...?
Pues si tenía novio nos podíamos ver en la plaza.
Ok.
Pero lo tenías que traer a la casa para que ella
No.
los conociera primero o
No.
andabas a escondidas.
No, escondidas porque mi mamá sabía que tenía novio,
Pero no los quería conocer.
pero no a meterlos a la casa, no.
So, ¿tú dirías que mi abuelita no era tan estricta entonces?
No.
Ok.
Para la época no.
I feel like my mom's being a little humble right now with my grandma because, Ama, ¿por qué no nos hablas de la historia de Bambi?
¿De cuál Bambi?
El tiempo que fuiste a ver la película Bambi, ¿qué pasó?
Oh.
Alright guys, so we are about to hear Mama's first time sneaking out. So this was back in the day, guys, because my mom's older. She's like in her... ¿Ya cumpliste 70?
No.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
68.
67? Oh yeah, because she just turned
68.
68.
Alright, so my mom's 68, so you guys can just imagine a little town in Mexico where everyone knows everyone. And you know, on Sundays it's like you have to go to church. So my mom said that one time she snuck out. So Abba, dinos del día que you snuck out.
Que te fuiste escondida.
Oh, se fue mi mamá a Disneylandia. Vinieron mis primas de Santa Bárbara. Y yo andaba con un muchacho que se llamaba Sergio de Guadalajara.
Ahorita se va a emborrachar hablando.
¿Qué? ¿Quieres un sippy sip?
Es que ese era el amor de mi
No,
mamá.
Sergio no.
¿No? El de los ojos azules.
Bueno, también tenía los ojos azules, pero no era Sergio. Era Carlos, no Sergio.
Sí, Carlos. I get them confused.
She
Él
always
me
talks
dijo,
about
Which I
lo
was talking
conocí.
about these three and Miguel.
Él salió en una boda. Cuando se casó, ¿quién se casó? Una amiga de Ofelia,
La hermana de mi
la
tía.
hermana de mi cuñada. Y pues dijo su hermana, no voy a decir nombres porque no quiero meter.
¿Estás hablando de cuando fuiste a...?
Sí,
A ver,
A
la
esa
película.
boda.
Sí.
Sí, pero así fue como conocí a Sergio.
Okay.
Bueno, para
Solo
no,
conociste
para no
una boda.
hacerte el cuento largo, me gustó y le gusté, me sacó a bailar, salimos a bailar, bla, bla, bla.
Okay.
Él se fue para su casa, yo me fui para la mía,
Este muchacho, ¿dónde lo conociste?
ahí en la boda.
Wedding. Okay, ¿y luego qué
La
pasó?
boda.
Ok.
Entonces me pidió el número de teléfono, se lo di y me hablaba, pero tu papá ya era mi novio.
Wow, yo no sabía esto, mamá.
Yeah.
Pues sí, pero como yo no estaba segura de...
Ya ves, empezaste bien. Tenías 2 novios, no sé qué pasó. Like,
Well, wait till she
Where'd
tells
you
you
lose
qué
your
pasó,
player
porque
at?
tienen una
Oh,
chinga.
espérate. Vinieron mis primas de Santa Bárbara y me dijeron, vamos, me dijo Sergio, se va a estrenar una película de Bambi. Y yo dije, pues, ¿quién será Bambi?
mamá.
¿Sabes? Le digo yo, no, pues, mi mamá no me deja ir.
Ama, y pausa, ¿cuántos años tenías?
Yo creo como unos 17.
So, okay, my mom was 17, guys, okay?
Entonces me dijo, sí, vamos, nos venimos temprano. Y mis primas habían venido a Santa Bárbara, sí, vamos, no le hicimos nada a mi tía. No, pues yo me envalentoné, dije, vienen mis primas, no me va a decir nada. Pues nos largamos al cine. Pero iba a la señora donde vi en la casa que le rentaba a su amiga a Sergio. No íbamos solas. Entonces dijo, vamos a cenar. Pues vamos a cenar.
¿Después de la película?
Después de la película, pues llegamos a la casa, yo creo como a las 10 de la noche, 10 y algo. Y mi mamá ya me estaba esperando en el cable, con la puerta con el cable de la luz.
¿Con un cable? Oh my
Ay, no,
God, people were not
yeah.
playing back then.
Me dijo, ¿a quién le pediste permiso? No, pues que, pues tía Kika, mira, es que fuimos a ver, me vale, ¿a quién le pidió permiso?
Y esa era mi abuelita.
Pues a nadie le había pedido permiso, me metí una joda, que otro día no pude ir a trabajar de la joda que me metió. Con los cables de la luz me dejó todo aquí, moretes,
That explains why
y
she's
donde
last.
quiera. Me puso una buena joda, dije, bueno, pues ni modo.
¿Y cuántos días duraste castigada?
Pues no me dijo día, nomás pues ya me había puesto la joda, ¿qué más importaba los días que estuviera castigada?
Ya, ¿y esa fue la única vez que te saliste?
¿A escondidas? Bueno, no escondidas, pues ella no estaba, andaba en Disneylandia. ¿A quién le pedía permiso?
Oh, wow. She was feeling down that day, you guys. Y luego, mamá, yo entiendo que tú tienes muchos hermanos y una hermana. Cuando ustedes estaban chiquitos, mi abuelita era como amorosa con ustedes, o... No. ¿Tú piensas que en aquel entonces no era así, o nomás era mi abuelita?
Yo creo que así era.
En aquel entonces, casi no
Y
sé.
luego ella se crió huérfana. Así es de que
Oh.
¿quién le iba a enseñar a ella?
So I feel like that's kind of where the problem started, with my grandma being an orphan. So she probably didn't have no one to show her affection and stuff. So she probably didn't know how to show her kids. So okay, I feel like this is
Going
good
somewhere.
therapy. Okay. A Marbella. So tú eras estricta con Marbella.
Sí.
¿Y tú por qué eras estricta con Marbella si?
Porque Marbella era muy rebelde.
Oh, hell no.
Alright, so now we're gonna start on the second generation, which is my sister. Okay, so era muy rebelde Marbella, como que.
Muy rebelde, quería hacer lo que ella le daba su chingada gana y como yo no se lo iba a permitir, por eso me la jodía porque por sus huevos se iba.
Nice.
Okay, so now we'll get my sister's side of the story. So growing up with my mom, let's start like when you were little. Like how was my mom when you were, so for you guys already, most of you guys know this, but me and my sister are 12 years apart. So I feel like my sister kind of got like one side of my mom, and then I kind of got like the other side of my mom because my mom was like way older when she had me. So like as a kid, like how was my mom with you?
Me. And like the belt, like the copper side of that, like that's how I would get my ass beat.
Monique era muy diferente, Marbella.
Yeah, but for little things, because she was always in a bad mood.
Y no
she
es,
was always in a
no
bad mood
es
because of my
porque tú
dad.
dices que siempre la quise más a ella, es que ella era muy diferente.
No dijimos eso, mom.
Bueno, lo que sea.
Yeah, we never said that. Que tú querías más a Monique, but now it shows. I've always known that my I've always known that my mom's liked Monique more. I've always known that.
Y luego tú, Monique dice que yo te quiero más a ti que a ella.
Yo nunca digo eso.
Sí me has dicho, ¿cómo de que no?
It shows that my mom has always had a little bit more love for my sister, which I don't care. It's fine, whatever. But my mom says that I was rebellious. Okay, maybe I was because I was a teenager, but I feel like, why was I rebellious? Because she was always in a bad mood because my dad wouldn't come home, because my dad was messing around, and I felt like I would get like the end of it, like, oh, I'm in a bad mood, and then anything I would do, she would be my ass for, because she wasn't happy. So back to your question, growing up as a kid, it was really hard growing up with my mom because she was really, really strict and very old-fashioned. So her ways were like, she was like machista for being a lady.
For being a girl. I totally see that with my mom.
She was like always worried about what people were gonna say, what people were gonna think of me. Like, I had to be very respectful, which I'm glad, you know, thank you porque nos enseñaste a ser respetuosas, que nos importa. Well, I don't care what people think, but just like myself, like when it comes to my body or myself or whatever. But like being respectful.
Did you think my mom was affectionate with you as a little kid? Like,
my mom was affectionate with me when I was a little girl, like up until I was like 6 or like maybe 5, 6, 7, and then it just like went away.
Okay.
Like it just.
And then as a teenager, like would my mom like let you go out and stuff, or like?
No, never. Cause I was gonna get pregnant for everything. ¿Verdad que nunca me dejaba salir?
¿Cómo no?
No es cierto.
Cuando tus amigas te invitaban a un party, yo te llevaba.
¿Cuál party?
¿Cuál party? Allí cuando vivíamos en la puente.
No más con Jenny a cruzar la calle, pero porque she lived across the street.
No, también una vez que te dejé ir con una amiga que, ¿cómo se llama? No me acuerdo el nombre de esa muchacha.
And then she would want me home like at 8.
Oh yeah.
And I was already like in middle school, high school. But whatever, I'm over it.
Okay, so did she let you have boyfriends when you were like a teenager?
No. No, she didn't. That's why I left.
So ¿la dejabas tener novios o no?
Claro que no.
Pero todavía los tenía.
Pues sí, escondida.
No es cierto.
Por
no
eso
tenía,
me la chingaba, porque no entendía.
No tenía novios. No tenía novios.
Tenía.
I didn't.
I had a good question.
Actually, you guys, like, these are secrets that are gonna come out right now. My mom would never let me do nothing or go out.
Tell us like a good story of like you sneaking out one
Okay.
time.
Oh
¿Ma
my-
vas a escuchar una historia? ¿Does my mom know the
No,
story?
she knows the story.
Okay,
So-
so vamos a decir la historia cuando Marbella salió de la casa.
So one time because my mom would never let me go out or do nothing, like she was super strict. She's talking about how she would let me go out, but no, like maybe like I went out like maybe 3 times out of like, because everything was like, you're gonna get pregnant, you're this, you're that, whatever, her old school ways, which, okay. But anyways, so this one time, like one of my friends, something happened with one of my friends and we had to go look for her, and like only we knew where she was at.
So it was just you and your homegirls.
Yeah. So we
Oh, okay.
so I snuck out of the house which my cousin Rosa used to live, because we used to have a back house. My cousin Rosa used to live in the back. So I snuck out of the house and everything. I didn't get caught sneaking out. We ended up finding her, and we ended up knowing where she was at or whatever, and we took her back home. But her sister picked me up. Her sister picked us up, whatever, and anyways, we find where she's at. She was at her boyfriend's house, whatever. We're like, you have to go home, you're gonna get it, they're gonna call the cops and your mom, whatever. And then I come back home and I snuck back in, and my cousin heard me sneaking back in. And
Rosa?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And back then she wasn't cool like she is now. Back then she was like, yeah, like, Marbella se salió de la casa, and that's how I got caught. So my dad and my mom were gonna beat my ass, like, cause you know how my dad doesn't really believe in hitting. She told her whatever.
¿Y qué te dijo Rosa?
Pues que se había largado por la ventana.
Oh shit. ¿Y tú qué le dijiste?
Y quería agarrarla y hacerla picadillo.
Okay, so fuck. So then you walk. So then like, okay. So then you front. Like you see my mom, and then what does she tell you?
So that was the next day, and she goes, oh hija, tu chingada madre, ya como que te saliste de la casa, cabrona. And then her and my dad like started going off, and I was like, and then I told my parents like what had happened, right? And then I had my friend's sister, like she was older than us, like she was already like, I was like, I think like 14, 15, and she was already like 18. So she even talked to my parents and everything, and she kind of calmed them down and whatever, but they were still pissed off, so I still got grounded, but I didn't get my ass beat that day.
Ma, fuiste tú la que me dijo una historia that you were ditching and that they caught you ditching?
No.
¿Qué?
Que un día me agarraron que me había pintado. Y que
Oh, sí.
¿Cuándo?
Cuando estabas en la escuela que salías porque no te gustaba el lonche de la escuela y te salías a comer hamburguesas, te largabas tú y no sé quién más.
Wait, so what did you tell my mom?
I told my mom that I didn't like the food that they used to give us because we had ditch that day. And the reason why I used to ditch is because my parents wouldn't let me do nothing, so I used to go to the ditching party, so we would always ditch.
Yeah.
So.
Y luego me mandó a hablar de la escuela.
Enough about me, let's go.
Rafael, hablaron de la escuela que Marbella hizo esto y esto y esto. No, pues córrele. No, pues tú corre.
¿Él te dijo que tú fueras?
Siempre iba yo. Y yo con la panzota así de ti. Ya tenía como unos 8 meses que no podía ni caminar. Y tuve que ir yo caminando desde la casa hasta la escuela. Y
No.
me senté aquí. Aquí estaba el maestro de eso que hacen cositas, ¿cómo se llama? De barro.
Oh, como clay.
Cosas así. Estaba el de PE. Y estaba el otro maestro de sabe qué fregados. Señora, la niña no quiere hacer el trabajo. Y cuando estamos en clase, le dice al maestro, así no se dice así.
No es cierto, yo nunca decía eso, era
Dice
bien
que tú le
callada.
decías.
Nunca hablaban en la clase, so eso no es
Bueno.
cierto.
So he lied on you?
Yeah, because I would never talk, I was always like really quiet, so that's a lie. And I felt like, why am I gonna go to that class, the first period? What am I gonna learn what am I gonna learn making clay?
Yeah.
Like it was called, what was that class called?
Like arts
Y
and
yo
crafts?
lloré
Something
de
like that.
vergüenza y de
And she doesn't
coraje.
even remember. So what really happened was not even that. They were just saying that I was failing and I would ditch PE class. Those were the classes that I hated. So those were the classes that I would ditch. So what happened is that no te hablaron para eso. Te hablaron para decirte que I had all these notes that were forged.
Sí, pero que le metiste la pata a una chamaca en el camión y se fue de boca.
Oh, that's another story. Okay, my mom's just airing all your shit out.
You better cut
Ma,
that.
so ¿qué pasó? Estaba en dónde? Oh, I heard this story.
Según ella dijo.
Okay,
yo no
I
sé,
like this. Okay.
que en la mañana esa muchacha le había metido el pie y se cayó en el vas.
Oh, so ella le hizo eso a Marbella.
La muchacha.
Okay.
Y esta, cuando salieron de la escuela, le metió la pata y la muchacha fue a dar por allí y se rompió toda la cara. Y me mandaron a hablar. Le dije, ok.
Tú me dijiste, tú me enseñaste eso.
Espérate, le dije al maestro, le dije, ok, hizo muy mal, le dije, pero ¿por qué usted no me mandó a hablar cuando la otra niña le metió el pie a mi hija y mi hija se cayó? Como le metió el pie a la otra niña, ahora sí usted me está hablando, ¿verdad? Me hubiera hablado también cuando la... No, señora, que eso no está bien, le dije. Yo no estoy aquí con ella 24 horas. Que se defienda. Hizo mal, sí, pero tiene que defenderse. Entonces usted aprueba, yo ni apruebo ni desapruebo. Ella tiene que defenderse. Yo no quiero que se metan en problemas, pero si te van a agarrar de su puerquito, pues no se
So
dejan.
that's the same way that I raise my kids. Like,
we know that you ended up meeting Ruben. And, Ama, ¿tú conoces a Rubén cuando antes que Marbella se fue de la casa?
¿A cuál Rubén?
I know who is Ruben.
El papá de las gemelas.
¿Cuántas?
No.
O de las cuatro. ¿No? So, ¿tú no lo conociste hasta que ya estaba panzona? Oh, sorry to use that verbiage.
Ya
So
cuando
she's
se había
pregnant.
largado con él.
Okay, so,
Porque nomás estamos hablando de mí.
well, we're gonna get to me right now.
No, ahorita vamos
Because
también.
your life is pretty juicy. Okay, so then your guys' relationship got a little more tumultuous after you got pregnant.
Yeah, she didn't speak to me for like my whole well, before I got pregnant, I was I was with Ruben for a couple of months before I got pregnant. And then I had the twins when I was 8 months. So that was already like a year. And then she didn't start speaking to me till the girls were like 9 months.
And then like, do you feel like when she met the twins, like, do you think she was more like affectionate with them?
No, she didn't get affectionate with the girls until I moved back in.
So she started like accepting it more, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. ¿Tú por qué piensas que te dolió tanto que Marbella like se embarazó joven?
O la primera. Se metió con uno bueno para nada.
True, mom.
Sorry,
True.
Ruben.
Segundo, yo quería que estudiara. Arruinó su vida.
I did. Tienes toda la
Y
razón.
todo por no entender.
Oh my God, ¿por qué no te hice caso? I should have just kept getting my ass whooped.
Alright guys, so now I'm gonna just give you guys a little
I'm so sorry. Arruiné mi vida.
¿Ya pa' qué? Ya que te mandaste a la chingada, ¿ya pa' qué?
Oh, pues gracias.
Well, ya tenemos a las gemelas, a Rubén y a Evie, so
Pues sí, ni modo de devolverlos.
somos una happy family now. Alright, so now we're gonna talk about my childhood, you guys. I just wanted to give you guys a little insight, like on everyone's, like, you know, I want to give everyone a chance to be able to talk. Growing up, my mom and dad, they divorced when I was about 8 years old. So I was like 4 or 5 when my sister left. So there was like a little time without her, and then like she ended up coming
Allá
back.
fuiste de mi totera con mi tía Socorro. Que yo no quería que supiera nadie.
Just talking about my tía in Mexico,
Que
you
se
guys.
había alargado y te preguntaron,
Tan
Moni,
chismosa.
¿por qué no vino tu hermana, mi hija? Ella y mi vecina dijo, oh, tía Socorro, es que mi hermana se fue con su novio y mi chacha, así se llamaba tu
My
perra.
dog, my first dog, Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha was my first dog that my mom is still in denial, you guys. I was like 4 or 5 years old when my dad got me a dog because I was basically like an only child. And my mom used to talk so much shit about this dog because my mom is not a dog person, but me and my dad are. So I was kind of like an only child. I didn't have friends that live on the block because I lived like kind of in the middle of nowhere. And my dad had bought me this dog, and oh my god, I love this dog so much. And one day she went missing and the gate was open. And I don't know, but my dad said it was my mom, and she said that
No,
she did it
yo
on
no la
purpose.
No?
tiré. No.
So I don't know who left it open. Growing up, I feel like my mom wasn't very affectionate with me either. I will say my mom, she did a very good job on teaching me like how to be a woman, how to learn how to cook and clean, and you know, she took very good care of me when I was sick. It's just kind of like the affectionate part, I guess, that kind of like, you know,
Wasn't there.
once I was a teenager though, my mom, because my sister had got pregnant, she had me on lockdown, you guys. Like, I'm talking about, like, I couldn't fucking go anywhere. Like, she would barely let me go to, like, the movies. And if I did go to the movies, like, my sister had to drop me off, or like my dad, and I would damn near have to go watch a movie in the day. Like, I couldn't really go at night with my friends like everyone else. And like, let's say if I wanted to go to like a party, I would like lie to my mom and be like, oh, es una comidita, but really it was a party, mom. Sorry, te eché mentiras. Las comiditas eran parties. But she had me on lockdown so much that I already told you guys the story, but like for those of you guys who haven't heard, she wouldn't let me fucking go out, right, guys? So like, every weekend there was a fucking party, right? And I never fucking got to go, so I started getting smart y me puse las pilas, and I started putting the clock back 2 hours.
I wonder who told you to do that.
My mom didn't catch on for a while, and like she was even like, "Ma, ¿te acuerdas?" Y my mom was even like, "Ay, creo que no sirve el reloj." So she went and she got another fucking clock, you know, thinking it wasn't working. And then I started fucking with that clock too, which, well, I don't know why I did, because it was only obvious, and I ended up getting caught. And she was, hija de tu pinche madre, la ganas de pata de perro. Her response to me always wanting to go out was, no porque te vas a poner panzona, no porque vas a estar panzona. Like, that was like her more, like, I feel like she didn't care if I was gonna get kidnapped or anything. Her thing was she didn't want me to get pregnant. So I would go to like little house parties, you guys, and like even my friends, guys, even the people at school knew how strict my mom was. So when they would see me at a party, they'll be like, Mo, like, go home now, like your mom's gonna, like, you know, whoop your ass if you don't go home. Because like everyone knew how.
Everybody knew my mom was crazy, because my mom would go look for me to my friend's house. Like, if I didn't get home right at 3:30, she would go to all my friends' house with a chancla and a belt looking for me.
Yeah.
And they would call her the crazy lady, ¿verdad?
The crazy lady, pero ay, tus amiguitas salieron panzonas.
Yo también.
Pues sí,
Pues
igual que tú.
Ma, tu método no funcionó. Well, so then I think what helped me not get pregnant was basically seeing my sister, because I looked up to my sister a lot growing up.
And I would talk to her a lot. Like,
yeah, and my sister kind of traumatized me, like with all the shit that she would tell me, and like, so I was scared to get pregnant, you know, and thank God I didn't get pregnant, like as a teenager. But you know, I did a lot of...
¿Estás orgullosa que tu hija nunca salió embarazada? ¿Sí o no?
No sé.
Ahí está.
So I feel like that was part of it. I guess like I think it kind of traumatized me too about having kids, because my mom kind of was always like, vas a salir panzona, so I kind of got scared too. So I just kind of always felt like it was a bad thing, I guess. I mean, it is not a bad thing, but it is a little harder when you're a teenager and stuff, so it's understandable, you know. So I remember one time, you guys, I wanted to go cruising, right? So this day, like, cruising was popping. So I remember I went out. Ma, ¿te acuerdas de este día? So I went out, and it was probably like, so cruising like doesn't get popping until like the night, you know, probably like 10. So my mom, anytime I went anywhere, like I had to be fucking back home, like maybe like 9, right? And even 9,
an hour over.
But like 9 was already late. Like she wanted me home when the fucking sun's still up, but I would kind of like, please mom, please. So I remember one time I wanted to go cruising. So, oh shit, the dogs are being wild. So I remember I went cruising, and then I think I came back like at, I don't know, I think it was like 1 in the morning, right? But by then I was probably like, I don't know, I was probably like 17, about to be 18, and my mom was still had me on lockdown, right? So I remember I got home like at 1 in the morning, and like, you know, I'm like opening the door, right? And I lived in an apartment, so my door was like it would make a lot of noise. So like I'm opening the door, and then it's like pitch black, right? So I literally can't see anything. And I put 1 foot inside the house, and I did not realize that my mom was fucking standing like on the side of the door. But since it was pitch black, I didn't see her. I just fucking felt like el madrazo, and I was like, oh shit.
Ese día yo no sé a dónde se largó, llegó a las 3 de la mañana.
Ma,
Damn, you're a
A
liar,
las 3 de la mañana. Eran las
Dice que a la 1,
No.
a las 12, dijo.
No,
What did you
eran
say,
las
12 or what?
3 de la mañana.
Cruising doesn't even last till 3. She's lying on me, guys.
Eran las 3.
What time did you try to say you got home?
I said it was at 1.
Liar. Acuérdate que ponía la hora para atrás 2, so
Eran
you're right. It was
3
3.
de la mañana.
She's stretching out the truth a little
Y yo
bit, guys.
como pendeja ahí sin dormir, dije, oh, eras cabrona.
Y te la chingaste.
Agarré el cinto y no me acuerdo qué más, traía un escobo, no me
Nomás
acuerdo.
tenía sus pinches calzones, ama. Like, my mom
Me
was
vale
literally.
gorro.
So, you guys, all of a sudden, I feel pinche, like, trancas. I'm like, oh shit, right? Because she fucking slapped me with the belt. I think
Y
that, like,
se
my
fue
back.
corriendo para afuera en el parking y hasta allá me fui corriendo detrás de
No,
ella.
¿Encuerada?
and your underwear, my man.
Oh my
So, you
God.
guys,
Ya me conoces, cuando yo me enojo me vale.
I fucking, okay, so as soon as I fucking felt like a madrazo, my dad was like, oh shit. So I fucking booked it, right? So I start running, like, outside. And my mom did not give a fuck. She comes out with her fucking 20s, literally, her chichis hanging out and everything. And she's fucking out chasing me with her chubby
A
ass,
las
like,
3 de la mañana, ¿quién me iba a andar viendo en el
De
parking?
ahí agarramos lo loca.
following with the fucking belt, you guys, and she's just like whipping it, trying to catch me. I think she got me like one more time after that. And then like when she was like done trying to get me, she's like, métete la pinche casa. But she was waiting for me
Iban a
like,
hablar a la policía, ¿eh?
she was waiting for me at the door. She was waiting for me at, ama, dame la cara, ama, no escondas tu cara.
Me duele mucho.
So she fucking so she's fucking chasing me, you guys, in the parking lot at 3 in the morning.
Eran las
In
3.
her fucking underwear with a belt. So anyway, she's like, come back inside already.
Yo no sé quién
She's
está
waiting for
echando
me.
mentiras.
She's waiting for me by the
Ella.
door, right? And she wouldn't move, you
Porque
guys.
traía una camiseta. Yo siempre duermo con una camisota. Traía una camiseta y calzones, no salía así de a tiro bichi.
Ah, pues casi pinche crop top que tenías con esas
Haz
chichotas.
de cuenta una pijamita chiquita y con calzones.
So you guys, so she's telling me like, run back, come back inside the house. And like, it was kind of like when I was little, you know, your mom tells you like, ve no te va a ir peor. Like,
Oh my God, mamá muestra.
and when you're little, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go because if not, it's gonna go worse, right? But I'm already OG at this point. I'm like, fuck no, I already know my mom. I already know she's like trying to hit me, right? So I just did like one good sprint, you guys. Like I sprinted by the door and I ran to my room and she like got me one more time, but I ran so fast it barely tapped me. And after that, I locked myself in, so.
If that would have been me, I would have had no hairs left. ¿Verdad? Di la verdad, si esa hubiera sido yo, me hubieras medio matado, pero con Monique, es que yo pienso que aprendiste a ser más paciente con Monique, so a ella casi no te la fregabas, ¿verdad?
No me daba motivos. El único problema que yo tenía con ella es que era una pinche burra.
¿Cómo?
Que para la escuela.
Ay, yeah, I hated
Porque
school.
sus amigas, todas sacaban puras A's. Y yo con esta burra, ay, 7, 8, 7, 8.
Okay, well, I had problems learning. I feel like I'm self-diagnosing myself. I feel like it was hard for me to learn, and that's why I feel like I hated school. But te quiero decir gracias, mom, porque one thing that my mom
La
did.
enseñé a leer
Yeah.
en español, me dijo el maestro, ¿te acuerdas? Era alemán, bien buena persona.
No, Mr. Addington.
Me
Shout out to
dijo.
Mr. Addington if he's out there somewhere.
Dijo, enséñala a leer español. Le dije, ¿español? ¿De qué le va a servir? Dijo, believe me, créeme que le va a servir. Entonces la empecé a enseñar a leer español y sí aprendió. A los 3 meses me dijo el maestro, te felicito, dijo, la niña ya está empezando a leer inglés.
A mí también me enseñaste a leer en español, ¿te acuerdas?
Ujú.
Porque mi papá así me iba a ir y tú me pusiste a leer en español también.
Yeah, so one thing I could say about my mom, I thank her for this. Thank you, mom. Like I had a lot
Nice.
of trouble. I had a lot of trouble learning how to read when I was little. I struggled a lot. I was probably like when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade. And my teacher, he had told my mom to teach me how to read in Spanish. And she was kind of like, what? Like, is that really gonna work? So every day my mom would sit me down and she would read to me in Spanish. Like every day, read to me in Spanish, read to me in Spanish. And I ended up going to Mexico, and then like my mom would still help me, and then my cousins would help me. So I ended up learning how to read because of my mom. So gracias, mom. Tú me enseñaste how to read. Good job.
A leer.
Y sin embargo, cuando yo iba a la clase de Rubencito, señora, su nieto es un niño súper inteligente. Diario puras A10. Nunca me dijeron, el niño tiene un 7 o un 8. Y yo con 2 burras en la casa.
Well, we did the best that we can, mom, right?
It's because when it comes to the boys, it's always perfect.
My mom's a boy, like a boy person. Like she likes boys or whatever.
Hay que hablar, hay que decirle a la cámara cómo tenías 2 novios.
Yeah, yo quiero
Di la
escuchar
verdad.
más.
No te duele nada.
No,
te
pues
hagas.
es cierto que tenía, ¿para qué voy a decir que no?
Y luego, ¿por qué a nosotros no nos dejas tener cuando queremos hablar con los muchachos? No nos dejas.
Porque yo cuando hablaba con el novio, en ese tiempo, no andaba dejándose uno manosear ni...
Oh, yo nunca me
No,
dejo
yo como sé,
manosear.
yo no estaba con ustedes.
Oh my God, yo no me dejo manosear.
Es la verdad.
¿Y tú
es la
piensas
verdad.
que somos de ese tipo de mujeres?
Pues, quién sabe.
Yo
no
nomás
sé.
me dejé manosear 2 veces y fue
Fíjate.
que, y salí
Pues,
embarazada.
si estuviera pasando, estaría agarrando más acción que tú.
Pero, y luego, ¿qué pasó? Que mi abuelita fue la que te puso el dedo, ¿verdad?
Ya, me dijo mi mamá, voladita cabrona vas a ver. Pero yo no estaba segura de Rafael, yo como que no lo quería. Me gustaba Sergio estaba guapo. Y me dijo mi mamá, ¿es tu novio? Le dije, no, pero somos amigos.
Hablando de Sergio.
But she was talking to my dad.
Amigos.
Estabas hablando con mi papá, ¿verdad? Pero
Sí.
conoció a Sergio.
Pero conocí a Sergio en la boda y me gustó más Sergio que tu papá. Yo no quería a tu papá. Entonces, me dijo mi mamá, o terminas a Rafael o dejas de hablar con ese muchacho, si no le voy a decir a Rafael.
Wow, grandma was gonna snitch you out.
Tú malo más que nunca nos vayas a hacer eso, ¿eh?
Así me dijo mi mamá.
So damn, y mira cómo te fue.
Ella
She
me-
always says that. ¿Verdad, ma? Que te arrepientes.
1 y 1000 veces.
You guys, my mom and me got so
Yo creo que por
drunk.
eso tengo tanta amargura.
Yeah, that's why I tell you guys my mom used to be mad because she used to be so like miserable, which I'm over it. I don't ever like to throw it in her face because I know she regrets it. So why do that? And you just have to be forgiving, you know?
I feel like now that we're more like adults, I feel like we have a better relationship with my mom. Even though we're not super affectionate with each other, like we know that we love each other. And okay, we have a special
Yes.
guest. We know that we love each other. We just do it in different ways. Sí, papi.
Here.
No lo hartes, que no va a comer.
We show that we love each other in different ways. Ma, tú sabes que te quiero, ¿verdad?
Pues quién sabe.
Pues yo puedo decir lo mismo de ti. And you guys, I'm trying to break the cycle now. I do feel like maybe the whole affectionate part did affect my relationships a little bit. My dad just had to talk with me. He's like, try not to be like that, you know? Like you don't want to grow up like living like that, you know? Like not showing like affection to like your significant other. Ever since I had that talk with my dad, because my dad's way more affectionate, like I try to be more affectionate with like whoever I'm dating now. So like now, like my little nephews, I tell them that I love them. I give them hugs and kisses. My mom, I started getting into the habit of telling her I love you and giving her like kisses. In the beginning, it did feel like a little weird, but I feel like it was necessary to break the cycle. I feel like in the beginning I'll tell my mom like, oh, I love you, and she'll just be like, okay, like she wouldn't say anything, and I'll be like, no me vas a decir nada, you know? But like now she tells me like I love you back, so I'm training
¿Y por qué
her.
a mí nunca me dices I love you?
Well, I'm gonna
I
tell
love
her
you,
first.
Maria.
I
You have to
Todo lo que
get
te
it.
aguanté, cabrón, y todavía me dices.
¿A quién quieres más? Di la verdad.
A ninguna.
I don't she loves me more. I just feel like she just probably didn't like put hands on me like she did with you.
Que le des otra.
I feel like she probably got more patient
I think so because
with like once it
because I used to be kind of like that. She passed it on to me. Like I used to do that with the girls too. So like I don't like to throw that in her face because we all make mistakes. And don't get me wrong, I am very, very, very forgiving. But just because I forgive people all the time doesn't mean that I want that person next to me either. So I feel that you learn to be a mother because there's not. It doesn't come with the handbook on how to be a parent. So you learn as you go. So I feel like with the last kid you learn more. So like towards Gordo, I knew how to be a better mom, more patient. So I feel like my mom, we have such an age difference, 12 years, that with my sister she was better at it. So I mean, and I'm over it. I don't get jealous over it. It's just like our little jokes that we do between each other. And I'm okay with it. Like, I'm glad that she was better with my sister.
A ver, tú tienes 2 hijos, ¿a cuál quieres más?
A ninguna. Así como dices tú.
We're definitely not a conventional family. We're not like other families. Like, we are a crazy family, and we never try to portray that we're perfect and we don't fight. Like, we are all crazy, as you guys know.
We always fight.
And you guys don't even see the half of it at all. Like, you guys barely see a little, like, you know, but it's nothing but love, you guys. It's nothing but love. We all love each other. I love my mom. Let me know if you guys have any more questions for me and my mom and my sister. I could definitely do another video in the future with your guys' questions.
And it's just all jokes, you guys, like about my mom and me and like everything. That's how we joke around. That's how our relationship is. But she knows, like Mo said, she knows we love her.
Yeah, and honestly, you guys,
We play around like that. Like, it's tough love. Like, with my mom and me.
This
and, like,
whole family, you guys, is tough love. Like, my mom be roasting the fuck out of me. Like, my mom, don't feel sorry for her because she be roasting us so bad. Alright, guys, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. My sister also has a channel in case you guys didn't know, so I'll make sure to put her Instagram in the description box and also put the link to her channel if you guys want to check it out. Gracias, mom, por participar en este video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching Mo Money's channel.